Okay, in this video I want to talk about the second group of conjunctions, subordinating conjunctions. And they're a tricky bunch. And what I would do initially is I would find a list online or in some book just to familiarize myself with some words that sometimes can be subordinating conjunctions. And I'll be careful with any sort of list for subordinating conjunction because don't put those words in stone. It depends on how the word is functioning within the larger group of words it's in, and it might not be a subordinating conjunction depending on its context at a particular moment. But getting a list of words that often are subordinating conjunctions will help you will give you a better chance at recognizing them correctly when they indeed are functioning as subordinating conjunctions in whatever group of words you may be looking at and analyzing at that time. Now, so I would say find a list online, but again, be careful with these sorts of lists. They do help as long as you go into it knowing these lists are not, set in stone, and sometimes these words will go off and show up as other things in other sentences. So, but the best way to figure out what a subordinating conjunction is to recognize its essential trait. There's a trick here that gives away the subordinating conjunction. First of all, the subordinating conjunction has to join sentence patterns. So they don't join elements together. They join patterns. Now, if you recall the last video, coordinating conjunctions can combine elements and patterns. But subordinating conjunctions can combine only patterns. So let's take a look here. The team won, all right? Verb, subject. Ricky left. Verb, subject. We have sentence pattern 1, the first sentence pattern, subject, verb. And here we have this. See? This is joining these two patterns together. Now, it's a subordinating conjunction. I know it is because I can do this. Watch what I can do. I can take this. Well, first of all, I know that it's joining patterns together. So if it had been like this, the team won after the bell is not a pattern. The bell is just, it's not a pattern. There's no verb there. A pattern will always have a verb in it somewhere. So at that point, I know I don't have a subordinating conjunction. I have a preposition after the bell as a prepositional phrase. So the first thing I need to see is that, in fact, the word is joining two patterns together, and here it is. But then watch. I can take this whole thing, the word and the pattern, to its right and move it up to the front. I can go after Ricky left, comma, the team won. I can rearrange the sentence that way and it still makes semantic sense. In other words, it says the same thing. It has the same meaning. There's a semantic equivalency, all right? So it means here I've written it this way. If I know I can write it this way and keep the same meaning, and I know that I've got a pattern on this side and a pattern on that side, then this is a subordinating conjunction. Okay, let's take a look at here. We were worried even though we knew the facts. We're worried is the verb. Who or what were worried? We, subject. Knew is the verb. Who or what knew? We knew who or what, the facts. I know that we do not equal the facts, so this is the direct object. See, there's a pattern here, and there's a pattern here. So this is it's a two-word conjunction, all right, that is combining this pattern with this pattern. This is a subordinating conjunction. Now watch, I can take all this, and put it to the front, even though we knew the facts, comma, we were worried. I can say it that way. Does it mean the same thing? Yes. And I know I have a pattern on this side and a pattern on this side when it's written this way. So, in fact, this is indeed a subordinating conjunction. Now let's take a look at this one. The work is relaxed when the boss left. When is often a word that's associated with a question, right? But sometimes it's a subordinating conjunction. Because watch, the work is relaxed. Verb, who or what relaxed? Subject. So I got a pattern there. See that? The boss left. Verb, who or what left the boss? Subject. I've got a pattern there. So I've got one pattern, I've got another pattern, I've got a word in between combining the two. Or joining the two. Joining the two. Okay, now can I take all this and move it to the front? When the boss left, the workers relaxed. Does it mean the same thing? Yes. Can we say it this way in English? Yes, if we want to. So I know that in this case, this word is a subordinating conjunction. Now let's look at number 4. I laughed for I got the joke. Notice that this was part of fanboys. In the last video, we talked about coordinating conjunctions. This is a coordinating conjunction in this case because it has two patterns on each side. Okay, I laughed, verb, who or what laughed, subject, I. Got is the verb, who or what got, I got who or what, the joke. Does I equal the joke? No, so it's not a subject complement, it's a direct object. Got a pattern on this side, I got a pattern on this side, so I got this word in between. It's a conjunction. Well, what type is it, a coordinating or a subordinating? Well, it's fanboy, it's part of fanboy, so it's a coordinating conjunction. Now notice, I cannot do this. I cannot take this, and I cannot go, for I got the joke, comma, I laughed, period. That doesn't make any sense. We don't say that in English. But notice, so that tells me this is not a subordinating conjunction. In fact, it's a coordinating conjunction. But what if I had put the word because here? I laughed because I got the joke. I got two patterns. I got the word because between them. Can I take all of this, put it to the front and say, because I got the joke, comma, I laughed? Can we say that in English? Yes, we can. So because is a subordinating conjunction. And subordinating conjunctions can do that. They can take themselves and whatever is to their right and move it all to the front and still form a construction that we use in English. By construction, I mean just a group of words that we are comfortable using. We recognize as being legitimate. A legitimate formation. We can say it that way. But we cannot say, for I got the joke, comma, I laughed. All right. So for is a coordinating conjunction in this case. And because is a subordinating conjunction. Now, one last word about for before I leave this video. If I had written, I laughed for you, you see, the thing that's coming after for at that point is just you. There's no verb there, so there's no pattern there. So at that point, for becomes a preposition, and the prepositional phrase is for you. Okay? Now, I can move that to the front. For you, comma, I laughed. But you should recognize that there's no pattern. There are no two patterns being played with there. So a subordinating conjunction will always be trying to join or coming between two patterns. And there are some coordinating conjunctions like for and but that when they actually are coordinating conjunctions, they also will be between two patterns, not just elements like two subjects.